Mark, happy with another workout tonight?
I think from a walkout perspective it was very good. It was a real game tonight. I think if you look at the game on Saturday, it was a bit like a testimonial. I think everybody was bored watching it. But today we're in a proper match. Great turnout. Both teams looked like they were playing in a game. Physically, the lads have put an unbelievable shift in. I think you could see that told in the second half. When the unit started to become disconnected, the game got, from our perspective, quite ragged in the second half, so we could see that, but that's a byproduct of the work they've put in. So from that point of view, physically it was a really good night for us.
Do you like the fact that from a pre-season friendly there's a bit of kneel to it? Do you think that helps?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I was really worried for TJ at one point and really nervous about that. Definitely not from that perspective. The lads come over and apologised and said he didn't take his eye off the ball, so you know, we appreciate that, but it didn't look pretty. So from that perspective, I don't want that, but we also want the game to be a game. It's quite difficult to replicate that in a friendly, but I think you're seeing with the crowd, there was an edge to it, there was tackles flying in. It was a real game of football tonight, so that was a big plus.
And players starting to get 90 minutes as well, which is vital.
Yeah, that was another thing tonight, to try and look at the group, give people more minutes, because ultimately, you know, when it comes to crunch time, we need people who can play 90 minutes. So we achieved that with longer period tonight. Game on Saturday against Hartlepool, you know, minimum of 79 minutes for most tonight. 75, 79, I can't remember. And then obviously another game again on Saturday. So again, that was the purpose of it, and that's what we achieved.
Ben House and Anthony Scully, are they just knocks from the weekend?
Yeah, and obviously, you know, we are, you can see yourself, we're missing a few bodies tonight. Ben, Anthony, Danny Mandrill, you know, we can't wait to have him back. So obviously in the final tour of the area of the pitch, we were quite light numbers wise, and no doubt when they come back they'll have a big part to play, so we're looking forward to them.
Are you hoping they'll be back for Exeter? Is that the plan?
Yes, fingers well. I would hope that we might have a couple, at least two of them back for Saturday. I don't want to say that prematurely, but we'll find out tomorrow more on that, but that was the plan. Danny's obviously a little bit behind the other guys.
And Blackburn, it's another step up in test, isn't it? Yeah,
brilliant game, new manager, brilliant reputation as a player, brilliant reputation as a coach. I know people at Blackburn speak really highly of him, and from my own experience last year, they were a very impressive team. So it'll be a really tough day, but a great day for everybody.
And what do you try and get out of that final game before the start of the season? What do you look to see from your players?
Continuation of what we've looked for all pre-season, implementation of what we're trying to do from the training ground. Fitness is obviously a big thing. You'll have a realism to the game at home in front of our own fans, but the big thing is implementation of what we're working at, seeing what we do on a day-to-day basis evidenced on a Saturday. I think for me, pre-season, I've seen plenty of that. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not going to be, you're not going to see, how can I put it, you're not going to see the finished article on the first game of the season. By the way, Exeter might be slightly different because they've kept the group together from last year, but for most teams that play, it's building towards where you want to get to, and that's certainly what we're doing, and I'm pleased with that.
Once again, no Chris Maguire. I know you said he picked up a knock last week. What's the situation with Chris? Because we've not seen him at all yet.
No, so, well, I'll be brutally honest with you, I think so. But in fairness to Chris, he has been taking a couple of knocks. He has missed a little bit of training, nothing serious, a couple of muscle things. But he's back training now. I've had a chat with Chris, a very adult conversation. He won't be part of the plans going forward. I've discussed that with him. He's been incredibly respectful and professional about it. And with Chris and ourselves, we'll be doing our best to make sure we can come to an agreement somewhere down the line for his future, and so we can move on in the right direction. Each of us, that's important for Chris as well.
And is that open to anything, transfer, loan move? Is it a complete open book when it comes to that?
That is above my pay grade. All I can do is be honest with the player, tell him my plans, tell him what I'm thinking, and then that's down to Chris, his agent, and the club after that.
And how difficult a conversation can that be as a manager? I'm sure as a player you might have had other teammates or managers to yourself saying that, you know, we don't really fancy you in our plans. How difficult can it be as a manager? It's
not that we don't fancy you in your plans, it's just the direction and how I want to see things and do things. It could be equally as easy as we've got other players we're focusing on. So I have been in that position, I have had that conversation, I have spoke to a manager where I thought, I don't know where this has come from, but what I promised Chris is the reasons I gave him, I'll deliver on my promise, and that's what, when I got told them, although I was shocked, I watched the team every week to see if the manager was telling me the truth, and fair play to me was. And by the way, the team I left, they got promoted, so but all I assured Chris when I spoke to him about what I wanted to do and how I see it, I know that wherever he is next year, we wish him well, but he'll be able to look at us and say, well, the manager's delivered on his promise on that.
And with regards to Chris still training with the first team and everything like that, everything will remain as normal until a move happens?
100%. He's a good human being, and I think it's important to treat people the same, but when you treat them the same, you treat them all well. And Chris has been respectfully dealt with like everybody else has, and I'd like to think everybody's been dealt with very well.